everybody, it's Allie from the Spiegel Mom Scraps design team. So I'm starting to make YouTube videos, and this is one of my very first ones, so please bear with me as I get the hang of this. I realize I'm totally out of the shot here, and I fix it later, but so just starting out, I like to trace around where my photos go so I can do some mixed media and get everything set up how I like it. But if you can see in the corner there, I've got lots of tiny little holes. I just used my Cameo with a cut file on the rhinestones button. I don't know if you've ever used that, but it just cuts like little holes, and it's meant for rhinestones, which I've never used it for that, but I like to sew on the sequins. It's super time consuming, but it looks pretty cool. So I did like a little spider web just in the corner there because my son is wearing a Spider-Man costume in this picture, which is super silly and fun, but my kids are totally crazy. So that's kind of the point of this layout. It's something that I really like to do. Even though it's time consuming, it's kind of therapeutic to me, and I can watch TV and still be doing something because I have a hard time just sitting and doing nothing. And so I just binged Fuller House. Oh my God, do you guys watch Fuller House? I swear it was like mint for our generation, my generation. I cried, like literally cried the very first episode of Fuller House. So yeah, that's what I did while I sewed on Sequins, is I watched the newest season of Fuller House. So here I'm just doing my layering and kind of figuring out where I want everything to go. I've got a little tag there. I like the little black and white houses. I'm using mostly, I think it's a Dear Lizzy collection from last year. I've got a bunch of scraps from this collection. Oh, there you go. I pushed it up a little bit. Yay. You can see it a little better now. So I have a bunch of scraps from this collection, and I really want to get rid of some of these scraps. So I'm using just pieces and parts, and then I've got a few things that I don't end up using, but I definitely wanted to use these peach cobbler sequins. Oh my God, it's a perfect name for them. They're so delicious. I love that peachy color, and it goes so well with this peachy color in the in this collection. So and mostly I really wanted to use the chipboard stickers. That's it. It says choose crazy, because my kids are a little bit crazy and it's fun. And I'm hoarding things. I tend to do that. Things that I really like, I hang on to for a long time. I think that's just a scrapbooker thing. I think we all do it. If you don't do it, please tell me how you use the things you love the most. But yeah, I hold on to these things until I just kind of don't love them anymore, and it's super disappointing. So there it is. Choose crazy. Just kind of seeing where I want it to go. But the other thing that I'm using in this layout are the Pinkfresh Studio. They're like acetate letters. And I've used them on one, there they are. I have used them on one layout, and I love them so much, and I just hoard them, but I need to stop doing that. So that's what this layout's all about. Using the things that I've been hoarding and using up scraps. So yeah, I'm just going to play around with where everything's going right now. And then I'm going to take everything off again, because this is my method. And I'm going to put a little bit of mixed media down, and I'll show you how I do that. I'm using some fun Shimmerz to go on there behind my pictures. And then I'll, of course, sew on those sequins, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to use the Shimmerz Creameez in this gorgeous orangey peachy color called Grapefruit. And I just started using the Inklings and the Creameez, and I am so in love. They're basically the watercolors from Shimmerz. So you just add a little bit of water, and the paint moves and flows so easily, and there's so much color to it. So I'm using the Creameez. it just has like a little bit of shimmer to it, whereas the Inklings are like super duper shimmery. I love them both, and they're great for so many things. But I'm just going to kind of blob it on and then use a straw to blow the paint to make it more of like a splatter effect for the background. So just kind of blow it around to get it where you want it and how you want it to look. It's just a super fun technique, and I just love the messy look, but you can almost kind of control it in a way how you want it to be and where you want the splatters to kind of go. So it's super fun, and this color is just gorgeous, and it goes so amazingly well with the sequins. Okay, and so I didn't make you watch paint dry or me sewing on sequins, which is just as boring as watching paint dry. But now I'm going to do a little bit of stamping onto my mixed media there. And these are from Ink Road Stamps. And then I'm also using a set from Pinkfresh Studio, I believe. But it's just fun, and this month we're focusing on doing some stamping over at Spiegel Mom Scraps. It's fun to incorporate just like little stamps. I like to think of them like splatters, and I'm actually using one that looks like splatters. But I like to get little pops of black, especially going with the black and white house paper. And the sequins with the peach cobbler, they're not pure black in that mix, but they look black sometimes. They're kind of iridescent, I guess. So they're dark, and so they look like little pops of black, and I just kind of wanted to incorporate that throughout the layout. So yeah, those little hearts and these little splattery guys are from Pinkfresh Studio. It's super fun, and it's super easy to just add like a little touch of something here and there, and you can do it in, you know, all different colors of your ink, but I'm doing it in black. So okay, so now I'm going to just start gluing everything back down. I do like to place it all again. I know it's kind of redundant to place it once, place it again, but I like to be sure I'm putting it exactly where I want it to go before I actually stick it all down. So I'm just going to glue it all down exactly how I had it in the first place. But now I have my mixed media and my stamps and all my sequins on there. So it's all coming together. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm just starting out, so I will get better at editing some of this boring stuff out. I know you guys don't want to watch me glue every single thing down, but here I'm using some of the glassine bags from the Spiegel Mom Scrap Shop. I'm not sure if they're still in the store. I'll have to check, and if they are, I'll put a link to them. But I like to tear them up and use them as layering. It just gives it a fun, more dimensional look. And it's, you know, you could use vellum the same way. I do that a lot too. And sometimes I do die cuts on vellum to create the same effect. But it's fun. It gives it more depth. So just finishing this up, I'm adding in those super fun letters. I love them. And I've got a little tag that's going to say each other, so love each other, underneath it. And I'm just going to add in the little letter stickers on that. So then, of course, my choose crazy sticker. I love that. And I've got that little red bird between the two pictures there. Sometimes I just pick embellishments based on the color scheme. So I know the bird doesn't really have anything to do with the layout, but it goes with my color scheme. So got to use it up somehow, right? So of course I'm going to add some twine to my little tag because I really kind of hate like naked tag holes. That sounds ridiculous, I know, but I'm crazy like that. So I've got my black and white twine to go with my pops of black there, and I'm just going to glue it down. I just like to add a little glue in certain spots just to keep it held down but still have a nice flow to it. So once I add that there and a couple of more little sequin clusters, we should be good with this layout. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this process video, and I look forward to making more and getting better. And let me know if you have any words of advice. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.